Similarly, the other problem that I said that is wrecking the societies of Northeast is drugs. It is unfortunate the amount of drugs that is coming in from Myanmar. And I'm unable to fathom why the BJP and its allies, being in power in the Northeast, Union Home Minister Amit Shah visiting Northeast so many times, they are still unable to wrest this menace of drugs. Let me read out a few lines from this note. Drug menace in the state of Meghalaya and Mizoram. In the state of Mizoram and Meghalaya, smuggling of drugs has been increasing. The rise in smuggling is due to the trouble in the state of Manipur. Let me remind you that there was, and I said this in Parliament also, a very brave policewoman who received a medal of bravery from the Manipur state government. She had to return that medal because when she apprehended an important influential person related to drug smuggling, she got a call from the Chief Minister office to let that person go. That lady officer was so disgusted that she returned the medal. Back to Mizoram, the Minister of Excise and Narcotics in Mizoram, Mr. Hamar, has himself said that there has been an increase in smuggling of narcotics into the state of Mizoram. In addition, between April 2024, January 31, 2025, 34 kgs of heroin, 34 kgs of methamphetamine, 329.7 kgs of ganja, 1.31 kgs of nitrazepam, 152 kgs of cough syrup was also seized. 458 people were booked for drug trafficking. What we are seeing is that the number of arrests is only increasing. That means that these arrests are having no deterrence effect on the supply and movement of drugs. This is something that we have raised in Parliament also. We understand that the government reports the increasing number of arrests as a proof of its performance. But if these arrests were to act as a deterrence, the volume of drugs seized would have come down. But that's not happening. It's on Parliament record also that this continues to increase. A similar situation exists in Meghalaya, where the State Minister Paul Lyngdoh has said that the total number of addicts in Meghalaya is roughly 3 lakh, which is 10% of the population. This indicates an alarming rise in drug abuse. The most frightening aspect of this statistic is that the majority of the drug users are between the age of 15 to 29. The prevalence rate among the youth is 30%. In recent years, 42.75 kg of heroin, 13,000 kg of ganja and opium along with cash and arms have been seized in Meghalaya. So what I'm worried is that in mainstream media, the problem of drugs is mainly concerned or mainly discussed with respect to the western part of India, with respect to the drugs that are seized in a very specific port in Gujarat. But I want through this main discussion that the mainstream media should also focus on the question of drug menace in Northeast and ask what the state governments have been doing. It is perilous, the situation is dire, with neighbors which are unstable, such as Myanmar and Bangladesh. The situation in the Northeast, which are our border states, are extremely perilous. And I must say, while I use this press conference to talk about the problem of coal and drugs in the Northeast, I read somewhere that Honorable Prime Minister Modi while referring to China, made light of the physical features of the people of China, especially with respect to the shape and size of their eyes. Let me educate the Honorable Prime Minister that when young men and women, boys and girls, come from the Northeast to different parts of India, they are often teased for that very same physical features. This kind of language only perpetuates the harassment and the language that is used to taunt and tease the people of the Northeast. By all means, the Prime Minister has the right to focus on various problems between India and China with respect to the trade deficit and the border situation. But I must ask him to be also sensitive on these matters, because these matters have caused a lot of trauma for people, young people of Northeast, who often talk to me and complain to me about how they feel when they come to Delhi, Bombay, Pune for their studies.